Cooking with Sheila in the Gangsta Goodies kitchen. And today we have Natasha in the kitchen.
Hello, everybody.
Yay! I love it. Kansas City, y'all know her, okay? Y'all know her. So make sure you check this out, what she's going to teach us today. What are you going to show us how to make today?
Today, we will be giving all praise and honor to the kale. This will be a kale salad that I call Hail to the Kale.
There we go.
So I'm super excited to show you my busy quick fix and my love of kale today.
I love it.
My deep love of kale.
So tell people a little bit about kale.
Well, kale is probably the most disgusting green. Most people, if you are around my age, you are probably most familiar with kale because it was in the grocery store and that was what they used to actually decorate the produce section.
Yes.
And the reason for that is that kale is incredibly rough, leafy, but it lasts for a really long time. It stays green for a long because it's so vitamin rich. And so it was a thing that we really didn't eat. We used it to garnish. If you think about going to fancy dinner parties, it was always kale was always used. Because it's just so powerful. And now we've gotten a clue, at least Americans have, and we're like, oh, we should probably eat this. It's lasting forever and it's nice and thick and green, and so I just have a deep love for kale. And I could go on and on. I even have a song called "Hail to the Kale" that I, taught to my children growing up as a way to continue to manipulate them into eating kale before their palate was mature enough for it. So
I love it.
So I did everything, and it must also be noted that this is the only thing that my mother ever asked me to prepare outside of my favorite chicken wings because I come from a mother who is just really amazing in the kitchen. And it does skip a generation, everyone. It does skip a generation. I think I'm good in the kitchen. I'm good, but if you want that, so I'm a little too artistic, I think, sometimes in the kitchen. And it is a little overwhelming for me. So it's not my art. But I grew up watching a woman where cooking was her art. And so it was kind of like Emerald in the kitchen, or Black women are amazing. It was definitely an art form for my mother, and I benefited from that, just having the most amazing healthy food. And one of the things was we always had fresh salad. So it's important to note that. I was also a vegetarian for 15 years during a time that it wasn't popular at all. So I love it. And so at the age of 15 until I was 30 years old, I was a vegetarian. That was no beef, no pork, no chicken, no fish, none of that. And then I did have cheese sometimes. And so I transitioned back to fish and then to chicken. But my son grew up all vegetarian until he was about 8. And then, we're a chicken fish family.
Yes.
But the kale can stand on its own.
I love it. I love it. What'd you say? Hail to the kale?
Hail to the kale.
Hail to the kale.
Because it does your body well. And you do that crunk. Hail to the kale. Hail to the kale. Hail to the kale. Because it does your body well.
I love it.
So that's the kale song.
We're going to have to teach my grandkids that song.
Yeah, crunk songs really help kids to get chores done.
Yes. So tell us what your ingredients are that you have.
So the first thing I have is fresh kale. It's great if you can have it organic. This kale has been washed and massaged, which is why my hands look so dry. Because kale is so leafy and thick, and there are different types, I think it's really important to massage the kale. Give us a little bit of love. And I do a lukewarm water. It's just like when you're washing greens. It's the same process.
Got it.
You leaving the stems off. I do not eat kale stems. You might as well just bite on this table if you're gonna. I wouldn't do it. So that's what I do, and I just massage it and I talk sweet to it. Because kale loves sweet talk. And so this is massaged, rinsed kale. And you can even use a little bit of lemon water because that will kind of cook the kale a little bit.
Got it.
And so that's why it's this nice green color. So you always want to make sure your kale has that kind of fog lifted off of it. That's when you know it's a little bit more ready to eat.
Okay, got it.
Right. And then this is my favorite panko.
Panko,
is it chips or I don't know what they call them. Anyway, it's in your Asian food aisle. And this is the replacement for breadcrumbs.
Got it.
So panko is crunchy. I'm trying to think, what do people use panko on?
Oh, so like when we make crab cakes, we
yes,
use
that's
a little bit in there.
Yes, I use panko there too because it's a nice crunch.
Yes.
And this is, so I love this. All right, this is fresh Parmesan. It's not exactly fresh. I did cheat because I was busy today, but always buy aged cheese. Even if you are lactose intolerant, aged cheese is great. It's usually about $8 a block, but you don't need a lot of it.
Yes.
And it's amazing, and it just makes the flavor pop. And so fresh grated Parmesan, and it stays in your refrigerator forever.
Yes.
I also roll and massage my lemons.
Yes,
and
y'all should have seen her,
This is a rolled and massaged lemon here. Talk sweet to that too. Always wash your fruit. You can use regular dish soap. You can use, if you have like Myers, people like natural stuff, if you make your own soap. Even if you're not going to eat that lemon, just go ahead and wash that really good.
Yes.
And then this is extra virgin olive oil, which is my favorite. I always just get the most expensive.
I understand.
Because you can tell.
Yes, you can.
So this normally would be Myra's citrus pepper, Myra J. Harper's citrus pepper, but I did not bring it. Luckily, Gangster Goodies Kitchen saved the day and came through with a black lemon pepper. Yes. Sylvia. So it ain't Myra, but it's Sylvia.
Yes.
So Sylvia's lemon pepper. Anything citrus. Okay. Don't be afraid of orange. People think lemon, but don't be afraid of orange too. Okay. All right. And this is garlic powder. I typically use granulated garlic, or I avoid fresh garlic. Okay. And this, because it's fresh, and it's just a lot. You talking about kale, garlic. Okay. You might not even make it home. You go to somebody's house. I'm not trying to run the man off on the first date. He's doubling over. He had garlic and kale on the same. He don't even have any vegetables. So,
I love it.
All right. And so what I love to do is just I like to make this fresh. Okay. What is missing here is a protein, which I like soft boiled egg. Okay. So a soft boiled egg is perfect in this salad. It really makes it a full meal. Yes. But you can put any of your favorite protein in it. Tofu would go really well with this if you are a vegetarian. Yes. If you want to do a soft boiled egg, if you want to do a chicken breast. Salmon? I think salmon would be amazing. Salmon and kale together are amazing. Yes. It's a real grown up taste. It is. I would agree. I had a friend tell me that salmon tasted like grown woman. And I said, do I want this? I don't really know what to compare it to, but I'll take his word for it. Because he knows more about it than I do. All right. So this is a P. Sorry, this is a G-rated. We're talking about food, but beautiful women are food. So we should be. And it's all about Mama Sutra, right? Which talks about that. Okay. Yes. So here we go. So what I'm gonna do is just take a little bit of this. Okay. And I'm gonna put it in here. Okay. And should I turn it this way? Yeah. So they can kind of see. Yeah. All right. And so I'm just gonna spread it around a little bit. It's really not that hard, you all. Fast day, quick day. If you think about, and then I'm gonna put the cheese in there. Okay. And you can do as little or as much as you want. If you have kids, you know cheese is a winner. Yes, because they love cheese, and they'll love you. Yes, they won't love you if you make them eat this without. All right. So making your own salad dressing is amazing because it helps to eliminate all the extra preservatives. This is literally olive oil, fresh squeezed half lemon, garlic, and the lemon pepper. That's it. Love it. And so I cannot wait to taste. You can kind of do it, just a little. I don't mind drizzling thick because it's kale. Yes. And so kale has a lot of, little curls. So the dressing can kind of hide in there. Yeah. Really, really, really easily. It'll be a nice surprise when you taste. Yeah. So I don't mind doing that. So then I have it. It's really simple. Here I am doing it. Y'all, I'm busy. I'm trying to write books. I'm trying to spend 13 hours in the kitchen. I don't have time. Right. I drink coffee. That's like my main dish for the day. I love it. But I always have kale at least 3 times a week. Okay. Yeah, nice. Even if I just go and get kale salads from somewhere. I literally have to have kale. Yes. It really sustains me. Okay. So after that, you're gonna take some of the panko. Okay. Don't mix the panko until you're just topping it. The reason is because you don't want the panko to sit overnight. Yes. So only mix the kale and the dressing and the Parmesan and the Panko when you prepare it.
When you're, okay.
Don't mix it and then say, y'all gonna eat it. No, we're not eating that. Yes. It's wilted salad with soggy. You just gave me some soggy Frosted Flakes. Yes. No, we're not gonna do that.
Say no thank you.
So you're gonna take your Panko and you're gonna just top it. The Panko is so good because it just adds an additional crunch. Yes. I think that there are some vegetables that need to be outlawed, and water chestnuts is one of them. There's nothing I hate more than water chestnuts and possums. Those are the two things in life that I said, God, why?
Why?
All right. So the Panko is really good because
it looks delicious. Yeah.
So it's really that simple. You can eat this as a meal. You add it with a protein, or you can torture teenagers. With it.
Look.
And then you can just mix that a little bit.
Yes. Bam. I love it.
No, it's literally that simple.
Wow.
Hail to the kale salad.
Hail to the kale.
Right there.
Right.
So, I don't know if you're going to like it or me after this is all over.
I like kale, so I'm sure I'm going to love
it.
You
say you were going to like me.
And you too. Absolutely. So when we come back, y'all, I get a chance to taste, and we're going to learn more about Mama Sutra. We'll be right back. Hey, y'all, we are back, and I get a chance to taste Natasha's Hail to the Kale salad. I love it. Yes.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so let's dig in.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to... Ooh, it looks so good. And so fresh. Oh, my God. There we go.
So I hope you love it.
I'm sure I will. I do like kale.
Good. Well, then
and most of the time when I eat kale, it's raw. It's not cooked.
Okay, well then you'll love it then. Or you may not. It's pretty tangy.
The Panko.
Wow. It just adds just the kick, doesn't it?
Oh my goodness. A grilled piece of salmon with this. Oh my God. This is really good, Natasha.
It's super tangy too.
That's what I love about it. I love it.
And do you feel how soft that kale is?
Yes. It's not
massaging
rough.
It. The massage.
Because normally kale is stiff. But this is not. It's nice and fluffy, y'all.
Yeah.
You got to massage that kale. Oh my goodness. I'm taking one more bite.
Like a baby. Yum. Can you all taste it from here? It's amazing. You're really not making that up, right? It really is good.
It is delicious.
Yeah.
You know, and I could really see some fresh squeezed orange in here.
Couldn't you? That's what I was saying. Don't be afraid of the orange. Don't be afraid of the grapefruit because Because if you go that route, the Panko and the Parm, you know, you really could have fun with this in the summer. Yeah. You can do a little grapefruit and orange juice in the salad dressing. And it just would, I love orange flavored salad dressing.
And blood orange. You only have blood oranges this time of year? Okay.
So think about it like that with some berries.
Ooh.
If you did like a strawberry or a blueberry, have a high antioxidant salad.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I love it.
Yay.
We're going to put the ingredients up, y'all, so y'all can try the salad. And we're going to teach you Natasha's going to teach you how to massage. We're going to talk about that. So you got, yes.
That's the thing.
Kind of goes along with Karma Sutra.
It does. It goes along with it.
So, Natasha, I always ask guests to share with us a food memory. Maybe it's something from your childhood. You did share a little earlier how your mom get down in the kitchen.
The down.
Yes. I love it. And so is there something like a tradition that you have or just something that, you know, a child, it doesn't necessarily have to be childhood. It could also be just maybe a tradition that you started with your own kids. Right.
Yeah. I do feel like everything beautiful starts in the kitchen. You know, I feel like when people spend $25,000 and $30,000 and $50,000 on remodeling their kitchen, and I'm like, you know, it's always worth it because no matter what, that is where we end up gathering.
Absolutely.
The party starts there before because that's where you're preparing the food.
Yes.
But it always ends there.
Yes.
And the gathering is always around food, and food is culture. It's memory, and it is literally energetic love.
It is.
And so you always know when you've had food where somebody has loved and prayed over food. Absolutely. And that's what makes it soul food. It's not just because Black hands are preparing it. It's because Black women, I think particularly when they didn't have many places to express their art, or even maybe the words to express the energy to express their love through words, they always did it through food. And I have been fortunate to have two amazing grandmothers with very different styles of cooking, and watching my grandfather cook in the kitchen. And so my father would cook homemade biscuits and gravy for us when we were little, and it would have amazing big clumps of flour. We didn't care. We ate it.
Right, exactly.
It was actually good, but he was in there like, manhandling, whipping homemade gravy and stuff, and homemade biscuits. So, so I would say that some of my favorite memories was both my grandparents had gardens. My grandmother lived in the city, and my grandparents lived in the city, and then my other set of grandparents lived in the country. So I think one of the most sacred times is I had a chance I would go and visit my grandparents when I was in college in the South alone, because I had, so many cousins. We would all kind of converge onto the land. But I wanted some separate time with my grandparents. And since I was in college, I was like 6 hours away, so I was close enough to travel. And that's where I would go for spring break. I didn't go to Freaknik and do all that. I was like, I'm going to go visit my grandparents. I can Freaknik during the year.
I know that's right.
But I loved it. I needed to be in the country. I needed to be away. Waking up early, and so I wrote a poem called Kitchen Lessons, and it was just around, my grandmother wouldn't really reveal stories about her life, my maternal grandmother, until I told her I was getting married. And then she said, well, you're a woman now, so I can tell you these things. So for her, it was very much like, you were being nosy. And then once I got married, it was like, you're so scholarly. But before that, I was just annoying and nosy. I'm probably all three of those things.
Right. So you have written and published 3 bodies of work.
This next one is really what I want to talk about.
Mama Sutra.
Mama Sutra. Love and lovemaking advice to my son. And so this is my 3rd book and my first nonfiction book. So it is really how it is from the beginning to the end, teaching men how to be lovers. How to be lovers, how to be lifelong, conscious, and amazing lovers. From how to care for their bodies, their rooms, their spirits, and how to put it down. It is my gift.
I love it.
It is my gift to men, but it is my gift to the women who will love them.
Oh, and so, my goodness. Wow.
And it is a collaboration with me and my 20-year-old son.
Nice.
So on his birthday, we were talking, and he just said, Mom, I really think you need to write a book about sex and sexuality. Like, I am here at school. None of these men are saying the things that you say. None of them. He was like, have you been lying to me? Is there something I need to know about? And I said, no, but I'm telling you the truth. He was like, no. He's like, because I'm on this different thing. So he's like, quiet, right? Like, you really think that's true?
Right.
And it's because he's grown up around powerful, amazing women. He has heard women talk about good loving. So then he's listening to these all male environments, and he's like, I don't think that would fly. Right. So that has been the thing, is that he just said, you should call it Mama Sutra.
I love it.
And then he said, thank me later.
I love it.
So what we did, we got together, he came home in May of this year. We sat down at Starbucks and we just hashed it out. And then we corresponded via like Google Doc.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, Mom, don't forget to tell this story.
Yes.
Oh, Mom, don't forget to tell that story.
Yes.
So we literally unearthed all the stories and conversations.
Nice.
And then I realized, because I wanted to write this book as like a pamphlet, like
yes.
25 pages.
Yes.
And then my girlfriend said to me, And I said, okay. So when my son came home for a brief, like a week and a half,
yes,
we sat down at a Starbucks over like 2 hours, 3 days, and we just typed the ideas. And then, so then I started to fill those things in. And then after that, I just turned into a writing machine. And so, I mean, we're in October.
Yes.
I was finished writing the book in September, the end of August.
Wow.
I just hunkered down in the summer.
Yes.
I was on lockdown.
Yes.
And I wrote the book. I felt so passionate about it. And of course, my son was away this summer. And so we're writing back and forth. And I'm just saying, hey, make sure we start interviewing men and asking them 2 questions. What did your mother teach you about sex? And what do you wish she would have taught you about sex? I put it out there. Men would not answer. Then I had to start bullying. I had to start gangsta in people, men, to answer. Men did not want to answer this question. I could not figure out why. And then my very wise friend, Rashad, who is from Kansas City and living in Texas, he said to me, Black men love their mothers and do not want to indict them for the things that they may not have done.
Okay.
And I was like, I get that. And I said, but we have to open this conversation.
Yes.
One of the reasons is because when a woman has an amazing lover, he inspires her.
Yes, he does.
Changes her.
Yes.
You know, do you want some money, baby? How about some chicken wings?
Yeah.
Do you want some fish and grits? I'll hurry up and go get it. Yes. What people don't realize that is about, and sometimes those men, because they don't have any competition, they take advantage of that. Yes. Because there are men out here who have the gift of lovemaking. And then there are others who don't have it, but they can. Everyone can become an amazing lover. They just have to be taught.
Absolutely.
And so that is where mothers, Black mothers, we need to teach our boys how to be lovers because we love them. We teach them everything. We teach them how to pray, how to balance a checkbook, take out the trash, cook, take care of your sister, be strong, be brave. And then it comes to their penises and we like, go ask your dad. Yeah. It's like, I haven't asked him anything so far. Now you want me to ask him the most intimate question? How? Men are like, so then this is a conversation. So, you know, so when you like, and you know, hey, don't bring no babies home. You know a man who's been taught like that. Right, for sure. Have you had a lover who has rocked your world?
You know, I have had one. And I am 51 years old.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you probably had some with potential.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, they're beautiful, they're attractive, and then you like, am I here with you? So I'm really teaching men how to be present. Yes. In their bodies. Yes. And how to be present with their lover. Yes. And even referring to each other as lovers. Yes. You know, it's the distinction in our language and in our behavior. Yes. Right? Our behavior. And so what was interesting is that my son was like, I think you should tier it based on like if you're dating or if you're in a relationship or if you're married. And then I was like looking at him like, whoa, I sat with it. It made me feel so weird inside. And then I was like, something is wrong with that. And I realized like, you know, one, I raised him to be a feminist, but the thing about it is that sexism is systemic. So he's going to still take on sexist ideas because he's out in the world. Yes. And so I said, well, son, are you telling me that women deserve certain treatment based on their status? Right. And he was like, well, I'm not. Right. But that's what the world does. And I said, okay. So I really tried to debunk this idea that you should tier your lovemaking based on the status of a woman. Because that status is often based in superficial things. Yes. So does that mean a poor girl who grows up on 18th and Prospect, and she's tough. She doesn't deserve tender lovemaking because she doesn't go to St. Teresa's and is not from a bougie family. Like,
tell
no,
the truth. Yes.
Both of these women are equal,
absolutely,
and they absolutely deserve to be exalted in the lovemaking practice.
Tell the truth, y'all.
So,
listen to her.
Yeah, so I'm so excited because I am just taking the veil off of, you know.
And we need that.
We need it.
Especially in our culture.
Yes.
We need that. It's such a, you know, a taboo. Even ask me what my mother taught me. Nothing.
Yeah.
She was like, don't do it.
Right.
Because if you do, I'm going to know it.
Yes.
I'm going to instinctively know that you've done something that I've told you not to do. Yeah. Then I'm going to beat your ass.
Right. And so what's interesting about that is that instead of saying, honey, sex is so powerful, you won't even have to tell me. I will feel it. That is how powerful lovemaking is. You can feel when someone is getting amazing love without them even having to tell you.
Yes.
And so it's like we talk about blessings, right?
Yes.
So we talk. So one of the major things I talk about is called honoring every body type. None of us have earned our bodies. Now, how we care for them, that's what we've earned.
Yes.
But what you look like, how big or small your breasts are, how thin, how thick, whatever, you didn't earn that.
No.
Like you just came to the planet with it.
Yes.
But it is how we get to be human.
Yes.
And so we have an opportunity to heal each other through our lovemaking.
Yes.
Right? And so I just knew I wanted to have a son and a daughter who were going to love making love.
Yes.
Because one is free.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how rich or poor you are.
I love her.
You can have mind-blowing sex and intimacy.
Absolutely.
You can have $18 million in your account and have mind-blowing. You can have nothing but a double deuce and a box of chicken. And baby, you can rock the house down with amazing healing love. And so I want that for my people. I want that.
I love it. You have a book signing coming up.
I do, and I want everybody to come out. So it's going to be October the 18th.
Okay.
Which is a Friday, the third Friday. It's from 7 to 9:30.
Okay.
$25 gets you in with a book.
Okay.
And we're going to have dips.
Nice.
Because it's dip, baby, dip.
Uh-oh.
And we're gonna have mama margaritas.
I love it.
So I love margaritas, and I am very heavy-handed.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just I do make my margaritas very spiritually.
Okay.
It's however I'm like, ooh, more of this, a little more of that. And I've taught my children how to cook like that and how to feel. And so I even talk about food in lovemaking or incorporating food and ice in lovemaking and things to be careful of. And so I literally cover everything in that book. And so I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be a beautiful, sexy celebration. And, and then I'll have workshops.
Okay.
So I'm going to have 3 workshops. The first workshop is going to be for parents. And I'm going to really help parents unpack why they can't talk to their kids about sex. And then the second workshop is going to be called Ask Mama Sutra. It's really for young adults.
Okay.
Parents, send your kids to me. And let's just have an open dialogue. And then I'm going to have a little bit more intimate dialogue, like conversations for young adults.
Got it.
Teaching them some basic lovemaking techniques that are not, like, it's not going to be like teaching them, but just taking them through the steps of being a lover. So it's not going to be necessarily about insertion or anything like that, but it's going to be, all right, we're going to do a friendship hug. All right, this is a date hug. Do you know, they don't know
the
that.
difference,
You know, they don't know. I even have a section there like, don't pick up a woman when you hug her. You have to have consent. For that. So I'm literally saying, this is what you can do. And this is what it looks like. And so I'm super excited to offer that. And then I'm going to offer another one for parents and their children to come together so that the first conversation about sex can be within community without shame and guilt. And I can guide people through that. So. Oh
my God. Now, what's the age bracket?
Right. So the age bracket, I think I do use adult words in this because whenever I listen to music, I hear children using these adult words.
Absolutely.
And I use the words that I refer to body parts as that some people might think is crude.
Yeah.
But I alternate between all those words because I feel like we use all of those words.
Yes, we
and
do.
there are varying degrees of lovemaking.
Yes.
You know, sometimes we're and sometimes we're
yes.
You know,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so I use the words that I feel like are kind of appropriate for that.
Yes.
I would say 13.
Okay. Yep.
I would say 13. I want to remind parents that the average age for intercourse for the first time in Missouri is 12. So I started talking to my children about sex at the age of 2. Because it was super easy. Because kids don't have an attachment to it. They don't understand it as good, bad, or anything.
Right.
And they are just excited to, you know, and so I even tell those stories. I tell this story about my son dragging his penis across everything in the house. And I said, "What are you doing, my son?" And he was like, "This is amazing." Every texture, everything, just all around the house. Right?
I love it.
Right?
Yes.
And so then I was like, "Hey, you are welcome to do that in your room."
Yes.
Because this is a common area.
Yes.
But in your room, let those Power Rangers have it, babe. Let them have it.
I love it, Natasha. Oh my God.
And he allowed me to put that story in there because he doesn't even remember. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what are we teaching? So you know, and someone says, "Well, what about women?" And I said, "Oh, that's a different book, and I have to write it differently because my daughter, she's not ready for me to write that book with her. But I am going to write one." But my mother was a beta reader for the book, and she said, "Natasha, this is going to change lives and marriages." I have always helped singles and couples and young people talk about the taboo.
Yes.
I am just, nothing is taboo for me, and there's nothing to be ashamed.
Absolutely.
You know, we've all had sexual trauma.
Yes.
I don't know. I've known very few Black women who have not had sexual trauma, whether harassment, molestation, rape.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We've all experienced some type of sexual trauma because our bodies have always been used against us as Black women. And, you know, our bodies are amazing. We should reclaim that. So I talk about reclaiming. I talk about when to have sex, when not to have sex.
Yes.
Re-entering a sexual relationship after rape.
Yes.
You are going to encounter women who've been raped.
Yes.
So consent is so important.
Yes. Absolutely.
And it doesn't make you a punk or soft because you're like, "Hey, how do you want it?"
Yes.
And I want to teach women how to answer that.
Yes.
And I'm talking a lot about patriarchy and how it destroys us all. Patriarchy doesn't just destroy women. It destroys men because they don't know how to release.
Absolutely.
I need men to start enjoying their anuses.
Yes.
Enjoy them. They're yours.
Yes, they are.
It doesn't make you
no, it doesn't.
anything other than a man enjoying your anus. So it is fun for women.
Yeah.
It's an equalizer. It's an equalizer. So we go there.
Yes.
We go
I
there.
love it. I love it. And we have to, with our kids, and one of the reasons why I asked about the age is because I have a granddaughter who's 13. You know, and it's we need to be having these conversations.
We do.
We need to know how to have them.
Yes.
Because we don't want her to be shamed about anything.
And we want to own the narrative on sex.
Yes.
Because so much of what they see in media is for people who already know.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we want to bring the sacred back.
Yes.
Because it's like, if I'm looking at, and I'm not saying anything is bad, but if I'm a 13-year-old and I'm like, that is how I should look. That's Cardi B. That's how I should look. And it's like, no, baby, enjoy that cellulite. Enjoy that
all
those
them
stretch
extra
marks.
hips you got.
Yeah, like that's a woman's body.
Absolutely.
You don't have to shame her body.
Yes.
But
Still
honor yours.
Yes.
And so I talk about connecting. You know, sex is so down the line. You can literally spend 7 years discovering each other and never having sex. I mean, like, that sounds really kind of like, oh, that's a little lot, but it's not.
It's not.
Because women's pleasure is, the insertion is really not where the power is. And so imagine a man coming to the table. Can you imagine a 19, 17-year-old coming to the table with that information or being coachable to learning that?
Yes.
You know, pornography is very insertion focused. It is not about pleasuring, listening, or healing touch.
Yes. Yes.
And we talk about healing in our community and financial healing and spiritual healing. I'm like, can we talk about what is happening in our bedrooms?
We need some sexual healing.
We need some sexual healing. Yes. Restoration. Absolutely. We need communication and consent. We need those things.
Absolutely.
So,
oh my God, I'm so excited. I am too.
And we are debunking the idea of the patriarchal mother, which is my mother is a vessel that had me, but she doesn't like or enjoy sex. Yeah. So I even talk about having, when I was single, when I got a divorce, I talk about having multiple lovers, and I just sat my children down and was like, these are mom's special friends. These are mom's friends, like, which are my homies, like, your uncles and all that. And, and that's it. And so special friends come and go. Yes. These are mom's come and go. Don't get attached to them. You can say hello, but you don't even have to interact.
Look. Tell the truth.
So my children grew up understanding that women can have lovers that come and go, but they all get to be respected and honored. Yes. And you own it. Yes. And my kids will joke with you about, like, when they finally realize, like, oh, she's having sex. I'm like, I'm having special time. Text, don't knock.
Yeah. I love it.
But it's so real. So imagine it's a function.
It is.
So imagine raising these sex positive children where it's like, I need to have sex. Yes. Mom, have you had sex? You're edgy. Like, imagine that. It's so beautiful. Yes. And it doesn't make your children hypersexual. No. It makes them understand the function and the beauty and the responsibility of sexual health. Yes. And so I go down and dirty with everything. I talk about, why unprotected sex feels amazing and why you shouldn't do it. Like, both are true. Yes. We should not be out here lying to children and to young people. Yes. Unprotected sex is absolutely amazing. Yes. And it is the most dangerous thing that you can do. Absolutely. And so if you want that, it's going to require this. Yes. Because it's a gift. Yes. Yes. It's a gift. Yes. If you can't see every woman like the woman of your dreams, even if you met her at the juke, then you don't need to take her home. Absolutely. Because she deserves amazing lovemaking at every moment of her life.
Absolutely. I love it. Oh my God. I've learned so much today. Yes. Yes.
So I think opening the conversation and opening the door, and even talking about technique, because a man could teach a man technique, but a woman is like, I don't like that. And understanding that every woman is unique. Yes. So something that you learn about a woman one time, even in the same woman, is not going to work every time. Yes. Some things will work every time, and she'll tell you.
Absolutely.
And it's very rarely to do with insertion.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I talk about penis size. Does it matter how big your penis is? Yeah. Yeah, for some. Yeah. For some, not. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, and this is why. But if you're a whole lover and you have fully come into honoring what your body can do, you're going to see that just as one of the many parts of your sexuality. So, I've had some enormous unskilled men.
It's like, what a waste.
What a waste. And you're not coachable. And you're not coachable.
See, yeah.
And so Black women are so protective of the male ego. So we get this stereotype that we're not protective of the male ego, but we are, because we send them back off in the world making more bad love. And we never tell them why. And they out here thinking it's us.
Doing it, yes.
It's like, these women are tripping. No, you don't know how to open her soul. And when you understand that we all have that God power in us to unlock each other and to take each other to a higher level. Yes. I have a rule that every man who enters my bed has to leave a better person. That is my rule. If I can't pour into you, you don't need to come to my bed. I know. I want to pour into you. I want to make you a better human. Yes. Through our lovemaking. Yes. Right?
Yes. So. I love it. Oh my God. Natasha, I'm just so filled. I don't even know what to say.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Thank
you for letting me have this open conversation about this, right?
For sure. Because it is, we do this because, again, we use the food as a vehicle to have those conversations. Because it's all about using it to bring families and communities together one meal at a time.
Yes.
And what better topic to help bring our families, our communities together than talking about sex, sexuality, healthy lovemaking, what that looks like, what it should look like, and that sort of thing. We need to have those conversations. We really, really do. And it's okay.
And
there's nothing wrong with it.
To be leading that narrative because we really do see things from both ends, right?
Yes.
We understand what men need and we understand what women need. And we have to find that voice to be able to speak up and say, this matters to me.
Yes.
Or all of these things, or I don't want to be shamed for this, or I don't want to... and so we've got to release that and really stand for each other.
Yes.
Stand for each other in love and lovemaking. It's really powerful.
I love it. Oh my God. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
So glad to be here.
Me too. Yes. You guys, we're going to put all the information up, and I'm looking forward to seeing each of you out there on Friday the 18th. And peace out, y'all.